What is up, YouTube? Today we're back with an Etheria restart video going over Hypertalk episode number 6. And I'm gonna basically fast summarizing all of it so you don't have to watch the full 30-minute video that I did on stream. And if you guys do enjoy, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe for the future videos. But also, thank you, Etheria Restart, for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's get into the summary of the Hypertalk. Now, jumping straight into things, they're going to be talking about, Hypertalk. There's an information timeline, which I think is pretty helpful, kind of like a table of contents, as you can see here, where the things that they basically go over, right? That you can see that there's a season recap, season briefing, Animus, new content, the events that they're dropping, optimizations, and also EWS Grand Finals. So you can take a look like high level in terms of what they're going to be talking about in this Hypertalk. Now, going into the SS2 recap, they are basically talking about the battle pass that they implemented and obviously the new Tiamat skin for everyone that is platinum and above. And the Tiamat skin does look pretty good. Honestly, I am not a Tiamat player myself, but just looking at the cinematic here for Tiamat, I mean, there's a reason why I've rebanned her every single game in RTA, and that's because she is Omega broken, right? So she's definitely very good, and you'll be getting that if you did reach Platinum in SS2 in RTA at the very minimum. Now, moving over into the SS2 EWS Participants, you can see that I'm obviously going to be Team Kecker, because I played against him many times in other tournaments and watch him as well because he's an ex-Epic 7 player and also Bread, right? So kind of like our global representatives, but that's some of the information of the EWS coming out in February. Now, looking over at the SS3 teaser promo video, I won't really play the whole thing, but you can see that they show 5 new characters that they actually talk about later in the video. Honestly, the cinematic looks very cool. It's a very interesting way for them to, introduce the new season coming in. But you can watch that in your own time as it's going to be like a really fast video so that you don't have to watch the whole thing. Now, looking at the Emporium Arena skin, okay? With SS3, they're going to be a new arena skin. So similar to like the skins that you can buy right now for arena tokens or the RTA currency tokens. Obviously, you can purchase them, and also the Protaganist and Chaku are going to get some swag or a new outfit to change into if you're looking to buy that. Now, the Lilam is going to be getting a new skin as well. I don't love the like little clouds on her neck. I think it's kind of weird. Like her fit's kind of giving a little Orochimaru, I guess. But there's also going to be a 7-day login for the new season kickoff, which is awesome, right? Kinetic prototype, I'm a little bit worried about that because it's a new currency for summoning characters. Like, I don't know exactly how that will turn out, but I will withhold judgment until we see it in game. Now, moving over to the next thing, we're going to be seeing these Summit Arena changes. Now, the main thing that you want to be taking away is in RTA, you are now going to be able to choose up to 3 characters to synchronize. Now, what does synchronize mean? It basically means that they're going to be fully latticed, fully skilled out, fully leveled. So if you ever wanted to play, I don't know, like Senyu, but you don't have the lattice for her, now you can. If you wanted to play Mio, but you don't have the lattice for her, now you can. If you wanted to play, like myself, like Lowen, and you don't have the lattice, you can now play her with max lattice, everything, right? So I think this is a really dope feature that they're adding because it allows, like, there's a really big lattice and tofu restraint on us overall Etheria players. So I think this is overall a really good change, just so that they can kind of bridge the gap, right? You might have like, a lot of your roster already built. For myself, I'm like a turn 1 player. I'm cleave and control, but I'm missing some pivot options, maybe like a green Sanya, maybe like a Tiamat, maybe like a Born or whatever, right? So this is just going to be like more options for you to use more characters, which I think overall is a net positive. And they also mentioned that new players are not going to be targeting anyone that's not at least level 100. Or they can't tag anyone that's diamond, and they can't tag anyone that's not level 100. So it's more of a fair fight. So it's not like me stomping like a new player going into RTA for the first time. Now, they do show the new Animus, which is going to be Kethos. He also has a pretty sick cinematic with Hellkit in here. The gist of it is he is going to be a reason element hero. And one thing I want to talk about is I really do like the fact that he is going to be a reason element hero. And the reason for that is because a lot of the strong like healers right now that are prevalent in the meta is going to be Fuchu, right? Fuchu and also Mizuzumi Aya, right? And Mizuzumi Aya and Fuchu are very strong hollow element So having another fire DPS option is always nice. I hope it's going to be AoE so that maybe it's a new unit we can use with Revelation. I think that would be nice, but call that wishful thinking if I will, right? Now, the next unit I want to talk about is going to be Bornova. Now, Bornova is going to be teased as well. He is going to be a single target DPS. Now, they did mention that in this hyper talk, in this video or trailer video, that he is suitable more so for prolonged fights. So that leads me to assume that that would mean that it's going to be like a turn 2 type unit, maybe like a bruiser, maybe there's some form of like, injury or something, that some kind of mechanism like Lilam right now. So I'm very curious to see what he will be. I'm assuming there's also going to be a hollow element because of his design, but I will again not jump to conclusions until it's to when they're out. Jiangxi, Gianc and Xuanli are going to be coming out on February 26th. So that is going to be also part of the 5 characters I mentioned coming out for SS3 Ulrich Warcry season. As you can see in the cinematics in the video, if you want to take a look at that. Now, the next characters are also going to be Asal and Airon, who are also going to be introduced in March 19. So basically, February 5th, we're going to be getting Kethos and Bornova, and you're going to see the timeline pop up right about now. So we're going to see all of the characters, Kethos and Bornova, Gianc Xuanli, and then Asal and Airon. This is actually exactly 3 weeks apart with 21 days in between. So that is going to be, very easy to have your resources ready to go. Now, the next little bit I'm going to be looking at is Valerian Awakening. This is insane. Why is this insane? Because if any enemy procs to 1 HP, right? So let's say you're about to get hit, you immediately take the turn, or you're immediately about to die. You immediately take the turn, and then you're able to apply invincibility to the whole team. That is crazy. That is genuinely crazy, right? Now, I don't know if Messiah is going to bypass this passive, because right now he already doesn't, because Valerian's able to like absorb so much of the damage by like her passive and how it works. As I was saying, basically, Valerian Awakening is going to be insane, right? Anti-cleave, anti-aggro, amazing. Really excited for that. There's going to be a new shell hunt, which is going to be Blood Spike Hellkid. So it's going to be like a juiced version like Hellkid, almost like in Anti-Sync Echoes, I believe. So it's going to be very similar in that sense. Or I think it's Ember Trek, one of the two. But with this shell drop, they'll be introducing 4. So Doomcrow will be one of them as an assault type. Moon Bunny is a support type shell capable of attaching the unique buff Mortal Essence. Ace Batter is going to be a sustained DPS shell. And then last but not least, Champion Gator will be capable of boosting Animus survivability. So not a lot of details in terms of like what the shells will actually do, but I'm a little bit worried that it's going to power creep some of the existing shells at the current moment. But is anything really going to beat Amber? Probably not. Now, looking, if you haven't already seen, there's going to be a code on screen, Etheria SS3 for the SS3 season. So make sure you do that for 10 Animus prototypes so that you can get 10 pulls. Now, looking over, sorry, I keep scrolling down to the timestamps because I worked hard on this, right? Now, there's going to be new player and server info. Now, if you're a player that's looking to get into Etheria Restart, maybe you watch my stream, maybe you're watching this video for the first time, you want to give it a try, now's the time to do so. You're going to be able to, rebuild an account. You can get Lily on day 2, which is one of the best PvE characters in the game. You're able to potentially get Yelly since they're both running Plume and Yelly banner simultaneously when the new server starts. And new players will be getting exclusive bonuses where you'll get like a hyper dual sign-in. So you can see accelerated beginner growth with 14-day login rewards and limited time double drops. Additionally, you'll be able to get hyperlink rank up rewards that go up to rank 100. And you'll see a bunch of pulls right here, right? So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 Animus prototype. And then there's going to be 10 Apex prototype. And then SSR prototypes. And then, SR prototypes to SSR. And then SSR ticket, right? So a lot of stuff to get as a new player. I definitely wish I started out with this because we didn't have this. Now, also, you can see that there's going to be a 2x icon on all of the things that for Threshold, Investigation, and GP Outpost. So again, new players get really, really big benefits. And this is the rank up system that I talked about. It used to go up to rank 50 when I first started. And now it is going all the way up to rank 100. And that is amazing because every single 5 levels, you're basically getting 10 Animus prototype. And if you're reaching level 100, that's 1,000 Animus prototype. So you'll basically be set for any banner that you're looking to get. Maybe you want to go for dupes. Maybe you want to just basically rip them on permanent summon and try to get as many as you can. Either way, it's going to be really, really good for you. Okay. Now, looking a little bit further into this, you also get a BOGO. So if you buy the monthly supply card as a new player, it is a buy one, get one free. So basically, you'll get 2 months for the value of one, which is honestly really good value. And this is already something that I buy monthly, since it's one of the most value things that you can actually purchase in the game, pretty much. And Hypercamp also is going to be allowing a number of players who reach level 100. So why not, right? The top rankers, the top new players, basically, you're able to claim a bunch of free rewards. 5 Animus Prototype, 500 Crystals, Evolution Lattice, Red Shadow Print, Apex Prototype, and Lattice as well, which is like equivalent to Mole if you're coming from Epic 7. And the top 100 players will also be, top 500 players will be able to get rewarded. It goes up to top 30, top 60%. And there's going to be a leaderboard for this as well. I don't expect you, if you're starting out, to actually reach this leaderboard, but it's definitely worth trying to go for it if you can, right? And then obviously Snowbloom Sakura is going to be, you're getting a rerun, which is amazing as well. And then we're going to be seeing, for returning players, there is going to be some new features. Now, stay with me. Dormant Coffer is going to allow you to keep up to 60 days worth of rewards and claim them all in one go upon your return. Now, for you to be eligible for returning player rewards or stuff, you have to not log in for 21 consecutive days. Exactly, for you to actually trigger the returning player buff, okay? Now, for Return Path, you also get a 14-day login. You get a bunch of stuff. They actually doubled the lattice, doubled the pulls, doubled basically everything. So you're going to be getting a lot more stuff for returning as a returning player. And Blessing Galore, obviously, is the double EXP, right? So similar to like Threshold, Investigation, GP Outpost, all that stuff will be doubled as well. And also Covenant Consonance. You're basically going to be able to get an extra boosted SSR drop rate when you're using your Animus prototype. So obviously, if you have pulls saved up as a returning player, you can use them and try to get lucky with any characters that you might be missing or the new characters. Now, one other thing I want to highlight is how the Dormant Coffer actually works. Every 1 day offline, you gain 3 Covenant Configuration, 100 Hydro Crystal, and 1 Stabilizer, right? So basically, this is like energy, crystals, and then Covenant Configuration, which is like summons. So you can basically store a bunch of this. So even if like you're kind of busy or you're juggling a lot of different games, you don't have to log in every day. Just log in once, start collecting it, start triggering this Dormant Coffer system, and be rewarded, right? And looking over to the next section, you can actually see that there's a new pinning system in the, there's going to be a new Animus Reconfiguration event, which is basically like you're resetting a character to get all of your lattices back, all of your tofu, all of your shadow prints, all of your EXP, which is amazing. I personally am going to be actually reconfiguring Shadow Sonya, Green Claws, and last one I haven't really decided yet, right? But overall, I think this is an amazing event that every single person has been waiting for. Everyone has been waiting for it because we have so many characters that we use like earlier on and we haven't had a chance to actually reconfigure them. So they're giving us 3 reconfigurations, which is amazing, as you can see here. Obviously, it costs you some crystals. It is what it is, but it's a small price to pay to get all your lattices back for units that you're basically, never using anymore. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this, and I hope you guys will too. Even if you're just use it. Long story short, just make sure you use it. It is one of the amazing events, the most amazing events ever. Okay, now here is going to be the SS3 season event calendar. So I really like how they just basically laid everything out. You can see all of the routine events that are going to be coming out during the month of February into March, and then even into April, right? You can see that we're going to be getting like Dazzler Pulse, Candy Party, Dazzler Pulse 3 times. That means we're basically getting every single month we're getting an extra lattice, right? Which is very, very nice. They made some QOL changes to Champions Call as well, which I think is amazing. They're also going to be implementing Hyper Blackjack like moving forward. So all of this stuff is very good. This is a really great calendar that almost kind of works like a roadmap. So we know exactly what to expect during SS3. And you can see here, Ray Mary is also going to be getting a rerun. So she is a turn 2 demon. If you missed Ray Mary, now's the time to get her. And then you can see that we're also getting a Lunar Genesis celebration event, which is basically like the Lunar New Year event going on, right? We're going to be getting a lot of free stuff. There are going to be lucky bags that you can exchange with other players if you're missing certain charms. And obviously, there's going to be a Genesis shop that you can exchange. I'm going to be going for Lattice, but you can go for basically, you can probably clear the whole shop, I'm assuming. Usually, they allow that for most of their events. And you can see some of these Lunar New Year costumes that the protagonists are going to be able to use. Now, there's also going to be some theme songs, or there's going to be like a song playing in the background, which I can play here.
Limited time background music playing right now. During
right there.
season,
yeah, you can hear right there, right?
the Lunar Wish.
And then there's going to be a Lunar Wish Tree that's going to be dropping stuff, and it gives you lattice shards, which is amazing. So overall, it's like very, very good stuff to be looking forward to. And we can also see that there's going to be a Union update. Now, this Union update I'm very excited for because I recently joined a competitive guild. Shout out to Womps. They're basically changing some of the emblems, and also depending on where your Union actually ends, like in Ascendant or Legend or in Master or wherever, you're going to be able to get more rewards for your Union. And they also announced a Union Championship, which is amazing because let me just say, Epic 7 took 7 years to drop a Guild Wars tournament, which also did not run very well. Etheria, not even 1 year in, they have a Union Front championship. So honestly, I feel like the dedicated Union Front players are probably very happy about this, right? So I'm very, very pleased to see that they are getting the love and praise and just recognition that they deserve, right? And then also there's going to be some changes with the pinning system in the Animus, so you can actually pin the characters that you use the most. Right now, their favorite feature, as you can like at the very bottom here, they're kind of like randomized. I don't know how it's like systematically categorized, but now you can just pin things at the very top. So the most used characters, you can just pin them here. I'm definitely going to put all of my revelations at the top so I can just like easily spot them out. Maybe even like sort them by like speed and stuff like that, which is going to be like really, really easy to organize, right? And Fearless Arena also going to be getting an update, right? Fearless Arena is getting some new challenges. They're updating the system, making the games actually play faster. So overall, very, very good stuff for Fearless Arena because they need love too. There's going to be a hyper co-create event. So if you can use your imagination, create new shells of Etheria Restart, which is basically the design. If you're a artist, feel free to participate, right? It's going to be in the official community news in their Discord for participation details, which is very nice. EWS, which I'm going to be streaming as well during February 7 and February 8. Very excited to look forward to that, and I wonder who is going to make it and who's going to win it all. Shout out to Kecker. And Guess the Champion is going to be the event during the Etheria World Summit in February. So one lucky winner will be randomly selected from all hyperlinkers who correctly predict the champion to receive the 2026 full Animus archive. Basically, they're saying you can get all the characters, right? If you can guess who wins. But only one person wins. So the chances of you winning it, very, very slim. But still, just try anyways. Like what happens if multiple people win? Who knows, right? But basically, they just basically wrap it up. Not really much else to it. Hopefully, I was able to sum it up as quick as possible in this video with the timestamps. If you did enjoy, please feel free to obviously like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you, Etheria Restart, for sponsoring today's video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye!